Want to make your best tasting cornbread ever? Grow your own cornmeal.
Does anybody remember Mike McGrath, organic gardening, and Bloody Butcher corn? I remember the year that someone gave him some and he planted it in front of where they worked, and it turned into this beautiful tall plant with gorgeous red kernels. I had to have it after that. Quite a few years later, when it got to be commercially grown, I got some, and now I've been saving it for years, and I love to share it. This is cornmeal corn. You grow this beautiful red ear of corn, and then you grind it, and you make amazing red flecked cornbread that tastes amazing.
This is my corn from 2023. It was very pretty in July. By September or October, it was 2 kids high. We laid one that we had pulled, and the boys laid end to end, and they were just the same length as the corn. So it gets to be about 10 or 11 feet tall. This is what my Bloody Butcher looked like when it was harvested, and I let it sit for a few months and then took the kernels off the ears. It is such good corn.
Am I the only one, or do we all have this same dilemma? As gardeners, we grow too much stuff in our greenhouse or in our house under lights, and then we just can't throw it out no matter how much we want to when the growing season is upon us and we have all the beds filled. Well, I found one little place, and let me show you why I can't throw this corn out. Look at this beautiful cornmeal corn. Look at the roots on it. I mean, these babies want to grow so bad, I just can't throw them out. So here we go. I've got one little corner left in my back garden. It is, of course, a mess because whoever gets everything clean the way they should. Next to my garlic, there's some room. I'm going to clean that now, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get the weeds pulled out and how big the pile is, and then I'll start working on the corn planting. Okay, it is so humid and I am so hot, but it's only been 10 minutes and I cleaned up that bed of weeds. Now, I haven't dug it. I'm one of those people that may be kind of controversial. You can see my glasses fogging up here. Because I believe that you don't always have to dig up the beds. Just kind of no-till them. I no-till them and I mulch them really, really well. I'm going to plant this corn. It's already a foot tall. It's not going to need to worry about coming up. So I'm going to mulch it heavily after I plant it, and it will take care of itself. No-till is fine. I'll throw a little fertilizer in and it'll be great. Just look past the garlic, you'll see it. There's actually a big spot there. It looks kind of small from here, but it isn't that small. And neither is this pile of weeds I just pulled off. It's probably about 2 feet tall. That's how many weeds were in that small space. It looks better already, even before I plant the corn. But I'll show you what it looks like in a couple minutes when it's done. Do you think my corn might have been in the pot a little too long? It was in one of those cell packs and it's about a foot tall. Well, I'm going to rip it apart today, get them going straight down, get the circular roots taken out, and we're going to see what happens. So here is the root on the corn. When I pulled it out of that plug, it should have been taken out of about a month ago. And I am just pulling the roots apart. I don't want them circling because then they will girdle, or they could girdle, and the corn won't grow, and what's the point in planting it when I plant it this late? I can't kill corn, I just can't. So I have to do it this way. See, I pulled all the roots, they're going straight down. And I pulled off the excess at the bottom because, yeah, they're going to stumble for a few days. But you know what? I'll probably even pull some of these off when I need to, or if I need to. Otherwise, I'll spread them out when I put them in the ground. If they girdle, it just does no good, and they kill themselves accidentally. So look at this gorgeous stuff. We just can't waste it. Now we're getting a pile of it. I'll continue to do this until I get it all done, and then we'll start planting it in that spot that I got all cleaned up. One more time, getting all the circles out. Honestly, they won't mind this after a while. They'll sit there for a few days, but they'll come back. Or they won't, but what's the difference? Either that or I wasn't going to plant them and throw them in the compost. So this is a better choice. There you have it. The corn before I add the fertilizer and then the mulch. I will throw the fertilizer on next. I didn't put it in the planting holes because of how much I roughed up the roots. I just didn't want it to feel sick while it's trying to get a good hold in the soil. But with a 2-inch layer of leaves or grass clippings and a nice scattering of fertilizer, as well as I'll probably water in some liquid fertilizer also. This is going to get a great start. It is June 15th and it does take a while for this to get ready, but I still think it's got time here in Minnesota to complete its cycle. So let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, I still have this many corn left, and I still don't want to throw it away, so I'm going to get out a big bucket and I'm going to plant it in the bucket because I can't help myself. You may see that at a later time also. Here is my mulched corn bed the next morning. It rained last night, so it was such a great deal. I threw fertilizer on, I threw the mulch on, and then it rained on them. I have a feeling this cornmeal corn is going to be beautiful.
Hey, thanks for joining me at Almost 2 Acres today. If you like my seasoned person hippie vibe, please subscribe and tell your friends about it too. Until next time, keep growing.